Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Well, those Chi-Fi price wars continue, but now we're seeing a bit more action in around that $100 mark rather than the sort of 50 and under, or that, we're getting a little bit up there, but the price wars continue, and that's a good thing for us consumers. And in this video, I'm looking at the Kiwi Ears Quartet. This is a quad driver IM. Anyway, let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So yeah, the Kiwi Ears Quartet, this one is clocking in at about $109. And as the name would suggest, it is a quad driver unit. It's got dual dynamic drivers and 2 balanced armatures. Now, in the box, it comes with a little carrying case, and you get a pretty good selection. You get 3 different types of silicone ear tips. That's always a bonus, although they are all a little bit too small for my ears, so I had to go with some of my regular kit. I just realized I had my headphone cable sticking across the table. Never mind. Anyway, let's have a look at the IMs, and there they are. Comes with a pretty standard, pretty generic black cable here. I think it's the same one that is on the, the cadenza, the Kiwi Ears cadenza, but I'm not going to open the box just to verify that. Anyway, standard 0.78mm 2-pin connectors, pretty good cable, it handles nicely, no microphonics, all that stuff. But let's get into the earbuds, or the IEMs, and as you can see, just like the cadenza, they are pretty gorgeous. Unless you hate purple, these are pretty nice looking shells. 3D printed resin, as is the norm these days, with a Kiwi Ears logo on the faceplate and a nice purple and black color scheme going on. You do have dual bore nozzles as well, but the sort of one of the selling points of the Quartet here is its tuning switches, and there are 2 on each side, effectively giving you 4 different sound profiles. But unlike a lot of these Tri-Fi IEMs with switches, these ones actually work. They do make significantly different sounds, so you do actually legitimately have some different sound profiles. With both of the switches up, it's bordering on bass head levels of bass. You get a nice full-bodied, punchy, dense bass. But my preferred signature is as shown here, which is the first switch down or off, and the second switch up or on. Anyway, on with the sound. Let's throw up the graph. And the Quartet takes a kind of unique approach compared to many of its contemporary peers. It delivers a bold and a colorful sound with a powerful bass response. Like I said, it could be almost classified as a bass head IM depending on your switch configuration, but there's much more to it than that. It features a weighted bass, but instead of following those contemporary trends, which generally emphasize the sub bass shelf, have this sort of big P going up like that, it places more weight on its mid and upper bass. This is similar to sort of some of the IEMs that we were seeing more of a few years ago, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, whereas you generally had a bit of a sub bass roll off and the emphasis was on the mid bass. So the bass that you get here is dense, it's authoritative, and it commands your attention. Needless to say, if you are looking for bass neutrality, this one probably isn't for you. But having said that, put all the switches down and you do get a nice balanced sound signature out of it. So some audio purists may bemoan the warmth and the level of the bass. Those who enjoy a pronounced low-end boost will feel right at home. Despite that sub-bass roll-off though, the Quartet's rumble can be heard and felt. I wouldn't go as far as to call this a bass head IM, but it hovers pretty close, again depending on the switch configuration. Moving on to the mid-range now, and the mids possess a lush and velvety texture, imparting a sense of richness and depth to the music, and that's largely due to that lifted upper bass which carries over some warmth, makes it nice and velvety. It strikes a perfect balance between warmth and clarity. However, in some cases the mid-range could benefit from just a little bit more bite. Male vocals resonate with a sonorous and chesty quality, providing a powerful and commanding presence. On the other hand, female vocals exude a sort of a silky and seductive charm, captivating the listener with their alluring tonality. Furthermore, when it comes to string instruments like cellos, the quartet renders their sound with a rich and full-bodied resonance. Let's talk about the treble now, which is one of my favorite aspects of the quartet. At first listen, you're sort of immediately struck by the treble's gentle demeanor. It exhibits a slight softening and smoothness, providing a comfortable listening experience. However, this tranquility is far from a compromise, as the treble manages to maintain this nice airy quality that contributes to the creation of a soundstage with good proportions. Eschewing any flashiness or sparkle, this treble assumes a laid-back disposition. Its subtlety becomes a strength, enhancing the overall musicality by counterbalancing the warmth of the bass, while simultaneously adding a layer of clarity and definition to the mix. So I love what they've done with the treble here. It is soft and airy, but it still exudes clarity. It's still got enough definition and precision. So the soundstage of the Kiwi Ears Quartet is a testament to balanced proportions, offering reasonably equal measures of width and depth. Its black background and instrument separation enhance the experience, while the resolving sound signature uncovers layers of musical information. The quartet's natural tonality adds authenticity and realism, and its surprising detail retrieval ensures that nothing gets masked or hidden. Right, time for a quick comparison now, and today it's going to be the 7Hz Legato, which comes in at the same price, and the Legato is, many consider, a bass head IEM. It's definitely got more bass than the quartet here, and the Legato focuses more on that that's got that sort of currently classical sub bass elevation, where the quartet takes aim at the middle and upper bass. The Legato has more bass quantity overall, but both show good control and slam. Legato's mid-range is more recessed, it's more V-shaped, but it's also darker in tonality in the mids. Both IEMs have smooth treble, but the Legato's is more laid back and even softer. When it comes to soundstage, Legato has more forward depth, whereas the quartet has a wider, more equal proportion stage. So either one, they're both good IEMs. I prefer the quartet here. It's just a little bit lively, a bit brighter. It's not a really sparkly kind of sound, but it does have better clarity. But, you know, every now and then I don't mind at all banging out with the Legato here for a bit of bass goodness, because it's got plenty of that. So look, that's the Kiwi Ears Quartet. What do I think overall? I think this is a really nice IEM. It's great. The switches actually do make a difference. Not only, like a lot of them only affect just the bass bands, and some of them only affect the treble bands. These ones sort of make more of a difference across the board, and you can go from, like, if you got both switches in the down position, you get this nice, much lighter, more balanced sound signature. The way that I have it now, I find it to sound more dynamic, but if you put both of these switches up, the bass really comes to town and you can have a thumping good time with it. So considering how nice the shells are, comfortable, great noise isolation, considering the quality of the sound, the natural tonality, and the clarity and level of detail retrieval and everything, these are a really good IM, and I'm going to give them my full recommendation. So let's wrap it up there. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Parfam audiophile style. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.